and gentlemen, welcome back to the Turf Talk Podcast. I am your host, Gabe Dowd. It is episode 9, and that means we are here and ready to give you our Week 14 reactions. We'll also be breaking down the latest news in the NFL, and we're also going to be Debbie Downers and give you our most hated teams based on some certain reasons. For me, it's fan bases, but we'll get there. We're also going to be making our bold picks for Week 15. Without further ado, let's just jump into some news in the NFL. Dom, I want you to start us off.
Raiders quarterback Aiden O'Connell. By the way, hello, everybody. Didn't give myself an introduction.
Never. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, go for it. Introduce yourself.
You guys know who I am. That's the only introduction.
He's Dirty Dom. Go for it.
Big D.
Yeah, okay.
Raiders QB Aiden O'Connell suffered season-ending knee injury. Fuck Desmond Ridder. That guy sucks. But I was just starting to see...
Hey, that's their starter now. Come on.
I was just starting to see Aiden O'Connell, get going. I was having some hope.
I do like Aiden O'Connell, aside from the fact he's a Raider. But, yeah. Yeah, no, he suffered a knee-ending injury. Season-ending knee injury.
Knee-ending injury. Yeah. Literally knee-ending.
I want to say it was in the second half of the game, too. So,
yeah,
it sucks for the Raiders. But, also, fuck the Raiders, so... Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
And as Dom said, Desmond Ridder is the starter now for the rest of the season.
Yep.
And for the Cowboys, linebacker Demarion Overshown also suffered a season-ending knee injury. So it's a bug going around right now.
People that was bad knee injury too.
It was not pretty.
Did you guys see how it happened?
So I did not see it live. I had to rewatch it, and it was not pretty.
It was hard to watch.
They said he tore his ACL, PCL.
It's probably gonna be a whole knee reconstruction.
Yeah.
And the fact that it happened this late in the season is not good either.
No.
But
well, the Cowboys are done for, so I mean.
Yeah, but you don't ever.
Well, there's no playoff berth for them, so I mean.
I know, but this is going to lead into next season for this player.
That's
true. And for his sake,
Yeah.
I might not like the Cowboys. I don't want his season to affect next season. But next we got Buccaneers signed veteran linebacker Deion Jones. I don't know how much of an impact this guy's going to make. He used to be pretty good.
Yeah.
He's kind of quiet now. So it's definitely a depth piece. But
yeah.
Nick, why don't you choose with the next piece?
So last night during the Monday Night Football game, Joe Burrow's house was actually broken into.
It's crazy.
We saw this earlier with Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes.
It's becoming an issue in the NFL for some reason.
Well, this has happened in the past too. With I know Gronkowski's house was broken into, and was it Tom Brady's too? I'm not sure.
Probably.
I mean,
they stole his jersey and all that.
Whenever
too.
you are a star player in a league, you have a X on your back.
Yep.
So it is. It's unfortunately what comes with the
But
job,
if you're somebody who's trying to find out how to break into an NFL player's house, you have issues.
Did you guys hear the phone call from the woman that was in the house?
Mm-mm. What? You heard? Is there actually recording of it?
The woman that called 911 to report that the house was being broken into. I don't know if she was house sitting or what the deal was.
Yeah.
Or why she was in there. But I think it's crazy. They even have that phone call recorded.
They have to record every phone call.
Every
but I'm surprised it's already public.
No, how'd the news get it that quick?
That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised it's already out there. I don't know. We talked about this a few weeks ago when the whole Patrick Mahomes thing, or whether we hate you, love you, or not, at the end of the day, they're still human. Shouldn't be taking place. I just don't know why this is a thing.
Yeah,
What makes you so badly want to be the person that breaks into an athlete's house when they're competing on live TV?
It's crazy.
I don't know. It's wild. KJ Osborne, sorry, it's just weird to go from that immediately back to some regular football news, but KJ Osborne has been waived by the Patriots. I think this is a name to watch out for. I've always been high on KJ Osborne.
I thought he was going to be really good for them.
So did I. That's why I was upset last offseason when they were signed there. It went exactly how I anticipated. A great talent that's wasted because he was put in the wrong roster in the wrong time. He is not supposed to be in a rebuild. This guy is a great number 2, number 3 receiver, and I'm surprised, honestly, the Vikings let him go last year. So my understanding, yeah, exactly. But my they don't need him right now. Honestly,
they don't.
Fucking doing great. My understanding though is that he now is going to go look for a team that's contending. What are some teams you think that would be looking his way? I want him. I doubt we'll do it, but
the Seahawks.
You guys aren't even using Tyler Lockett. Why go get another guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
you need 4 good receivers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you can't have. Well, we do have Jake Bobo too, so we're kind of stacked receiving wise, but
Bobo really hasn't done anything in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I know, but he's still
his name is
notable.
It's very. He is good for a young guy. Actually, I don't know. Has he been? How long?
Second year, I believe.
Second year. Yeah, so he's still okay. But he does contribute. He's just not a very consistent name you hear on the stat sheet for the Seahawks. I really hope the Patriots. I really hope the Chiefs are not a team that comes after him.
They probably will try.
They might.
Maybe the Browns.
They just lost Mecole Hardman.
But they're not in contention.
That's true.
They lost Mecole Hardman for the rest of the year, so they might be looking for a receiver.
I mean, if Sean Payton wants to take a shot, I'm willing. I want the guy, honestly. He stretches the field great, so.
I'm torn. I want him and I don't.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know where his role would be. We have a bunch of young guys who need development
Exactly.
time. But yeah, I think it's just something to notice or take a note of. I'm going to take this one just because I don't know if you guys actually read the report on this. But this morning, when I was doing my diving for some news, some hot headlines, I found that according to multiple local New England sources, WEI being one of them, Gerard Mayo is coaching for his job in these final 4 games, and it is reported that Robert Kraft is willing to recognize that he made the wrong decision at this coaching decision and will quickly rectify the decision if need be.
That's crazy. I mean, this is his first year.
This is actually
With a
bigger
bad
than it
roster.
sounds. This is a lot bigger than it sounds because you had all the headlines that Gerard Mayo was the next guy and that they wouldn't have done this had he not been ready.
Yeah.
Was he ready?
And now you're taking that back before
And
the
now you're-
season's
exactly.
even over.
And I don't think this would come out, especially at a local radio station, if there wasn't some
There's always some
talk.
truth to every rumor.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Everything passes through the grapevine, especially in sports.
I feel like you have to give him at least another year. This roster
That's
is
what I was going to
awful.
say. Where do you guys
Yeah.
think it sits? You guys
It's
think
too
he gets another
soon.
season?
I
Yeah.
mean, we haven't really
Like-
seen him. The roster is crippled, as
At
you
least
said.
give Drake May 1 year under your regime with
Well, we've
with-
seen Drake May with what he has now
Exactly.
being a very exceptional
under your
quarterback.
regime. Do 1 year where you've tried to surround him with talent, and if it still fails, then you go look for a different coach.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think I'm torn because I don't want to see him fail simply because of how long he's been tied to the Patriots organization. But that's where I'm at with that.
Yeah.
And while we're on the Patriots, Bill Belichick, of all names to the news this week, has reportedly been negotiating a deal to possibly coach the University of North Carolina if his son, Steven Belichick, is coach in waiting.
I think that's insane. People complain about like
I
Bronny
personally think
in
this is
the
a
NBA.
publicity stunt. I'm not going to lie.
I don't think he's gonna take it.
No, he's not going to go to the NCAA. I think that it'd be exciting. I mean, LT played it at UNC back when he coached him in the Giants and stuff. But I think this is publicity to get his name relevant in NFL coaching circulations this offseason.
I agree.
So I don't know if you guys think that this has any. I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's any truth to
I don't
this.
know enough about it to really.
I just wanted to throw it out there just
Yeah.
because it's Bill Belichick.
I don't think
of
it's
all
gonna
names.
happen.
But
I
yeah,
really
I don't know. I mean, he just took the job at Washington. His son Steve last
Yeah.
year. So it's like, why are you in such a rush to get him the head coaching job? He can get it himself if he's good of a coach.
Yeah.
If
Prove
he's
it.
that good of a coach.
Exactly.
Is he? I don't think so.
Just something I also wanted to get on. But Nick, why don't you go to the next piece of news after that?
Nick, no, I'm taking this.
Oh, do you want
one.
it? You want it? Oh,
yeah,
go
I
for
wanna
it. All
take
right,
it.
fine. I forgot
This
you're
is
a
my
Steelers
quarterback, right? No. This is my quarterback, not.
You're a Steelers fan.
Anyways,
Y'all should have seen him earlier. I gave him like 4 or 5 Russell Wilson cards I had.
dude, I
started
was
tweaking.
so
he was
happy,
like
dude.
jumping up and down. I'm not even exaggerating.
I was happy.
He was like
That's it.
swaying his
I've been
little
waiting for
hands
those.
and- yeah.
Anyways, reports have also come out that the Steelers intend to retain both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields in the offseason. Good fucking job, Mike Tomlin. Again, another great fucking pick. This is why.
Pick. He
You
signed
know what I
both
mean.
of them
Yeah,
in like.
you know what I mean. You know
No,
what
I don't know what you mean.
Nice choice by Mike Tomlin. Is that better?
There you go. You
Good
gonna talk?
decision. You're just
got
gonna sit
this.
there with your mouth open?
Okay.
You talked all that shit. Now Nick's the one calling you out.
Anyways. Good choice, Mike
I'm
Tomlin.
hearing
This
nothing
is why
coming out
you've
of this,
had
you know?
what 20 good consecutive seasons in a row. Anyways, I think Russell Wilson and Justin Fields again, the 400.
Wow.
What?
You went from slow talking to let's just get it out.
Yeah, because you guys are fucking around with me, so I gotta silence you real quick.
You didn't.
You didn't silence anybody.
I think I heard an air tag go off. Our producer might be doing something in the back that he ain't supposed to be doing right now. Nah, you need to just show up in the black and yellow. You're a Steelers fan at heart.
No, I'm not. I like
Dom,
Russell Wilson.
you are a Steelers
I am
fan
cheering.
at heart.
I am cheering for the Steelers.
I hear you cheer
because
this
of
team
Russell
on
Wilson.
more than you cheer the Seahawks
Because
on.
I like Russell Wilson and
Okay.
he's my quarterback.
Okay,
He's
all
been
right.
my quarterback.
Well,
since
then why
I've
don't you
been
take
a
the
fan.
next piece of news since you're so excited about him and you being your quarterback?
George Pickens will likely not be active against the Eagles.
What's your boy gonna do this week without George Pickens?
To be
Which
fair, he didn't
arguably
have
is
him
one of his
last week
biggest
either.
games.
Listen.
Because you're playing an NFC team, yes, but this still affects your playoff seeding.
Listen, again, MVP
It's the battle for
Saquon
Pennsylvania.
Barkley. It may be hard to beat the MVP pick, Saquon Barkley. But if there's a guy that can do it, it's Russ and his veteran
He's not
stats.
gonna have George Pickens.
So is Justin Fields.
What is Justin Fields gonna fucking do? What do you want him to go out there and be like, I'm the better
warm the
running back?
bench.
What is he gonna do?
Maybe.
So you admit that Justin Fields isn't a quarterback, he's a running back.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why Russell Wilson starts over him, and that's why their passing attack
You
sucks
just said that
until
Mike
the-
Tomlin's making a nice pick, but
Yes.
you also
Yes.
can also hate
Because they work together in unison. We've seen
it once.
fuck you.
We've seen it
They
once.
brought him out during the snow game.
Yeah. Maybe twice.
Maybe.
You just gonna breathe heavy? Get mad? Look me in the eyes and get pissy about your
Yeah.
team?
Yeah.
Your quiet little fandom that you have for the Steelers?
Quiet.
I mean, yeah, you're actually pretty loud about it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Every week we do this.
Well, I want Nick to have this one because he is a Broncos fan at heart, and even though it's not great news, you're the one who can share it. So I'll let you take it.
So cornerback Riley Moss for the Broncos, he's been really, really, really good this year. But
Fantastic, actually.
we're thinking he might be out for at least another 2 games with his MCL injury, which
And this is a lot bigger than it
terrible
sounds
news.
because look at the Browns game and how they torched the secondary. Absolutely targeted Levi
Everybody
Wallace.
other than Pat Surtain played like they had never played a snap in the
I know.
NFL.
They all looked lost.
Like every single one of them looked like they didn't know what they were supposed to do.
I mean, I was always high on Riley Moss even before this season when he took this huge step and became cornerback number 2. And I don't think you were even that high on him
I wasn't.
that fast in this season. Once you realized that he was out of the picture for a few games or a few snaps even, you're like, oh, shit.
I mean, even the game we were missing Pat Surtain, we were fine.
Dude, I'll never forget it. He sucked against the Steelers and the Seahawks week 1 and 2.
Yep.
And then they did an interview in the locker room after the Steelers game. And he's like, I'm done. I'm just going to play good football. I'm going to tackle the guy with the ball. I'm going to be fast. And ever since that interview,
He's been
he
spectacular.
has been amazing and has been taking the right steps and developing into a pro corner. And so it does suck. And I want to keep this in mind in these next 2 games because this Colts game is arguably the biggest game the Broncos have had since the 2015-16 season when we won the Super Bowl. So this game determines a lot, and they need to keep in mind we don't have Riley Moss in the back. So
To
one
be
thing
fair,
keep
the
out for.
Colts have Anthony Richardson, so that kind of balances it.
We'll
out.
get to it, but the benching of Anthony Richardson as well as Bryce Young has helped them both.
Absolutely.
And I want to respect that.
Absolutely.
I want to respect that. Talking about the Browns, Kadarius Toney has been released by the Browns. I don't even know why teams give this guy a chance anymore. He couldn't catch a punt,
Why is he even still
and
in
then
the league?
and then he couldn't catch any passes. I
Yeah,
mean,
he hasn't been able to catch anything since he signed with the Chiefs.
I don't even think he'd be good in the
Signed with
UFL
Giants or got drafted to the Giants.
or the XFL, whatever it's called now.
Did you just
XFL.
say the
Excellent.
UFO?
UFL, United Football League. Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said UFO.
I know they merged and they combined
Yeah,
it. It's
they're-
whatever
yeah.
whatever the name is.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
know what you mean,
I don't
yeah.
even think he'd be good in that.
Oh no.
Probably not.
The Canadian Football League is good without him too. I hope he doesn't. I think
Maybe he
he's,
should just
this
be a
is probably
running
it
back.
for
So he
him.
doesn't have to
I
catch
hope
the
he
ball.
just I hope he just stopped playing football.
You have to at that
Dude,
point. Like
you've now been on multiple different. What are you looking at?
What? No, I thought I saw something moving. Over there.
You've now been on multiple different rosters and you still suck
What? You guys are all looking at me like I'm crazy.
because I'm talking to you. You know what a
he's
podcast
talking
is?
to you, and you're like,
Do you know what a podcast is? It's the art of talking into a microphone and conversating.
I'm gonna show you art.
I'm just gonna let you just say that quietly, but okay. And finally, I'm gonna take this piece since neither of you are super confident. The NFL and the man himself, Drake, plan to announce their clothing collaboration December 13th this Friday.
Friday the 13th.
Oh God, that's not good. That's a terrible way to start it. They only showed one teaser, and all it looked like was a windbreaker, similar to what I'm wearing, with the AFC NFC patch on it. So I have no clue what to expect. I did want to touch though. This is really odd to me because you're having Lamar Jackson. You're having Kendrick Lamar do the Super Bowl halftime show while also working in business with Drake, who had one of the biggest internet beefs.
Not like
this past
us.
summer.
Not like us.
This past summer they had one of the biggest internet rap beefs. So it's definitely an interesting way of going about business. But we'll see how it goes. And
They're still beefing. It's just
do you think any of us will partake in the Drake collab and buy a piece?
hell no.
No,
Hell no.
Even if it's
You
sick.
might.
Even if it's sick.
I'm not buying it.
I don't like Drake. I'm on Kendrick Lamar's side.
I mean, I am too. But
I don't care about the size. I don't know what the beef is even about, but I'm
Nick
not
don't even know
buying
what the
that
beef
stuff.
is. He said, "I don't want the beef."
I don't follow pop culture.
That's why. Why? Come on.
I'm a sports guy.
I am too, but I appreciate good music that comes out of this stupid ass drama.
Not like
I
us.
don't need drama.
You gonna say that again?
Yeah, I am. That song's fire.
All right, let's move on to our most hated teams in the NFL, so we can stop listening to Dom talk about Kendrick Lamar.
Why is there a bracket after my team?
Don't worry about it.
What do you mean a bracket?
Look at the bracket right here.
Oh, I'm not in your doc. That's why. I'm sorry.
What, we get the special docs?
No, mine just has the intro notes because I freak out before every intro.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know if you know, it's not easy talking to a camera when it comes time to start the episode. The middle of the episode's easy. It's when I start the episode that I'm like, oh shit. Are you gonna go? One of you gonna go? I mean, I'm not going
I'll
first.
be the
I never
host
go
next.
We're in the middle of
I'll be
talking.
the
I
host.
never go first. I always let my guys go first because I'm a gentleman. Now go.
Aw.
Now go.
I want Nick to go first. He's
I'll go
first in
first.
line.
Okay, so go. One of you go. It don't
You were
matter.
talking. So I picked the Chiefs. I know it's a probably unpopular pick. Not a lot of people will agree with me.
I think everyone
What?
agrees. Fuck the Chiefs.
I'm being sarcastic. My
Okay.
God.
You need to add more
Your
sarcasm
sarcasm
to
doesn't
that.
show.
That's the point, bro. I'm supposed to be monotone. I picked the Chiefs. Ever since I started watching
I'm not sure I
football,
followed you properly there, but okay.
ever since I started watching football, the Broncos have played the Chiefs 17 times and are 1-16 in those games.
That's terrible.
That is
Should
absolutely
be
absurd.
2-15.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nick.
Should
You
be.
could kick a field goal.
Shut up.
Even if we were.
Unfortunately, it's still a sad record. Unfortunately for Nick, guys, he did not join the Bronco family until the Super Bowl run, right?
I watched the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl that year. And then I started watching, like, for real from 2016 on.
Oh shit! So you didn't even enjoy a full season of winning
No.
football? Wow.
I
That's
knew, like,
terrible.
2 players.
You were there for the mediocrity of the end of it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's terrible.
Yep.
I do remember though when we had Case Keenum after that, we did beat the Seahawks week 1 with Philip Lindsay.
This is true.
I'll never forget
His
that
first
game where
game.
he ran up the sideline,
Hasn't beat 'em
smoked their
since.
defense. Okay, what's your team done since?
Same exact fucking
Shipped
shit
all
that yours
your
has done.
players to my team. Well, one of your players. My bad. One of your players.
What?
What do you mean? What?
You shipped more people to us. Than
I
you
know. I
shipped to
fucked
you
up.
and
I meant
fucked
to
over
say.
a lot.
I meant to say you shipped us
Yeah,
your
you fucked up.
your
You fucked
fake
up.
ass Hall of Fame quarterback.
You fucked up.
And what did those picks do for you? Yeah, nothing. Stay silent. Know your role.
You're
Stay
just
in
going
your
to sit
place.
there with your mouth open?
You say that one more time, and I'm gonna give you a reason. I'm not gonna say it.
No, where you
I'm
where
gonna
you
stop
going with that?
myself. I'm gonna stop
Stop
myself.
yourself
I
and
wanna
do your
know.
job and read your fucking
You-
team.
You've been, like, begging to go.
Guys, Dom's most hated team is the
Shut
Ravens.
the fuck up!
Simply-
Why do you spoil every single goddamn thing I try to do?
Wait, the reason he hates his team is because they have the better bird mascot than the Seahawks. That's the only reason.
Yeah, he's been waiting to say that all goddamn day.
Well, I didn't know all goddamn day because you didn't tell me until right
Well,
before the
if
pod.
Gabe would shut the fuck up,
Okay.
my most hated team is the Baltimore Ravens because they suck. They are
You need to
not.
elaborate.
Lamar Jackson's a
Oh,
running
come
back.
on.
He does not deserve to be top voted for the Pro Bowl. Shouldn't be anywhere close to that. I mean, he's
Are you
above.
just jealous he plays better quarterback than Geno Smith?
He plays better quarterback. He just fucking runs the ball every time.
Actually, the problem is
Do
he's
you
not running the ball
watch the
enough
Ravens
lately. They're losing games because Lamar refuses to run because he's got to listen to critics like you, asshole.
Because he sucks.
No, he doesn't.
And he's a running back.
2-time MVP.
I wish Jordan.
Two-time MVP.
I wish Jordan had a mic. Jordan, one of our camera guys, our producer, helper. Jordan is a Ravens fan. And,
Yeah, this would be
and-
good.
Yeah, I know. Right now, it's perfect for him to talk shit to you. Because what the fuck are you on right
What
now?
is he gonna do? Tell me that his favorite color is purple?
Lamar Jackson's him. Zay Flowers is him. Derrick Henry is him.
Yes, I agree.
occasionally.
I like Derrick
The cornrows are
Henry.
not it. The cornrows are not it.
No,
Derrick, go
that's
back to
terrible.
the dreads. But yeah. I'm tired of your shit. You're not even talking.
I don't like the Ravens.
Okay, in a discussion.
Don't like
guys.
their fans. Don't like the Ravens. Don't like Lamar Jackson.
My most hated team.
No one gives a fuck.
My most hated team from birth to now, forever all being the shitty New England Patriots.
You don't like them because they win.
Of course I
Bro,
don't like them because
they
they win.
won, like,
Do you know how
3
many
games.
bullshit calls this team got over 20 years? And then these fans have the fucking nerve. They have the goal to do nothing
boy.
but bitch and complain
Oh,
and
boy.
moan about all the fucking hard times they had over the last 3 or 4 years and how they lost their
Oh,
Super Bowl head coach.
boy.
You had 22, 23 years. I don't give a fuck.
Listen.
Because they deserved it and they worked for it and they won.
Shut the
The-
fuck
the-
up. They
the-
beat your team in the Super Bowl. You're okay with it?
No, I'm not fucking okay with
Well, you're
it, but I'm
kissing
not
their
gonna.
ass right now.
The Patriots
I'm not gonna
won.
beat them into the ground and tell them they suck because they're good at what they fucking did and they had, as you said, a Super Bowl head coach, the best fucking quarterback to ever play goddamn
Who
football.
at times was cheap, had fucking Deflategate. Like,
Oh
and
my,
then
you
bailed
actually
out of
believe
so
that
much
shit?
Spygate.
You actually believe that?
Mm-hmm.
They went after him because he fucking won. That's the
I
only
don't-
reason.
Until Brady,
believe Deflategate.
until
I
Brady,
don't.
I don't care. Until Brady went to the Bucks, I hated him.
Because you don't like
Florida,
winners.
Florida,
That's
man.
why.
I hate the Patriots.
You don't like winners.
Clearly, you don't either. You
What do you
follow
mean?
the Seahawks.
The Seahawks. The Seahawks have
was
had
good.
more
That was awesome.
successful
Apparently, I can't
seasons.
drink water either.
That
It
was
just fell right
awesome.
out of my mouth.
Worth it.
All right, what? Sorry, what? Say that again.
The
I'm listening
Seahawks have had more successful seasons in the past 2 years
Wow.
than
That's
the
a big-
Broncos have had in the
Who
past
cares?
That's a-
fucking decade.
That's a big sample size. 2 years. That's a real big sample size, Dom. I
You
like
know,
it.
the people out there that don't like the Broncos will appreciate what I'm saying.
You just want people to appreciate what you're saying because they didn't appreciate you last week when you told Nick his joke wasn't funny.
His
Exactly,
joke wasn't
bro.
funny.
It was
Yes,
funny.
it was.
Even my uncle appreciated it.
Exactly.
Does it look like I give a fuck?
Well, you should. You should, because you're not the fan favorite right now.
You're in the
I don't
minority.
care.
You're not the fan favorite, especially with the Seahawks on your head.
I'm here to say my opinion, not to suck up to whatever the heck you guys say.
Okay, well, we're going to move on to some relevancy now. We're going to go on to Thursday Night Football, one of the best Thursday night games
You
of
never
the
even
season.
told us why the fuck you hated the Patriots.
What do
Yes,
you
he
I
did,
did.
bro.
Did you? Were you even here? Were you present? Were you listening to anything I said?
I block you out because how the stuff you say is shit.
Yeah, I know. You don't answer the group chat anymore either. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's a reason.
Okay, we had on Thursday Night Football the Packers versus the Lions in an NFC divisional, not divisional,
NFC North.
NFC North matchup. Yeah, I mean, my biggest takeaway from this game, and I love both teams. I love the Lions. They're my Super Bowl pick. I'm also now at a point, though, where I'm getting sick of the defense allowing so many points scored. I mean, the Lions get going so fast, then they slow down, and then there's this gap between the third and fourth, actually middle of the second and fourth quarter, where I just watch the Lions let up 17 to 24 unanswered points every week, but then they somehow to manage have that ballsy coaching calls that they come up with. I mean, 5 fourth downs. You landed on 4 of them, but 5 you go for in a game, that's risky.
That's crazy.
And the way they set up to win this game was also crazy.
Yeah.
You go for it on 4th and inches, your quarterback falls handing the ball off. Thankfully, you get it, and then
You're within field goal range.
God
too.
was with, yeah, but I wouldn't have gone for it. I would have kicked the field goal from the start. To go for it on 4th
Yeah.
and inches, just to try and run the clock another minute, and then kick the field goal, it was ballsy in my opinion.
Yeah, it worked.
But every week they make these ballsy calls and it works. They're the one team that has not failed yet.
Jared Goff, oh my God, falling
Plays the
down to
most-
his knees. And
He
still
also
gets
plays
that
the
ball
most
off.
efficient football. It's crazy. I mean, yes, he had an interception this week, but the guy plays the most efficient football. But I will say, because this week was another example, when he throws a pick, he throws the fuck out of a pick.
Yeah.
It's like the
it's
worst
like a
throw I've
botched
ever
throw.
seen.
Yeah, it's like he's throwing to the wrong jersey.
yeah.
Yeah.
When Jared Goff wants to throw a pick, dude, he sure as hell makes it worth his while. it's fucking terrible.
He makes sure it gets to the highlight reels.
I don't know what you guys' thoughts are on this game, but that's where I was sitting at when I watched this game, and going back and watching the condensed version.
Yeah, I mean the lead changed. I think 7 times in this
It was a
game.
good
I
game. It
wanna
was
say.
a fucking
crazy.
good game.
Dude, entertaining game.
Oh, I also want to throw my respect for, just because I'm a Broncos fan, Tim Patrick. I'm so happy for him. 2 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, I saw
You know,
that. Yep.
another man's one
Countless
man's trash,
catches.
another man's treasure is true. The fact that we released him and let a team like the Lions pick up such a great receiver who sustained 2
they
nasty
showed it.
injuries over the last 2 or 3 seasons, and then now he's balling out.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, good for him. Also, the Lions' backfield is crazy. It continues to be crazy.
Yeah.
I also do want to give credit to the Packers. They did play a good game. You know, they don't have any number 1 receivers, in my opinion, yet all these receivers show out. Like Christian Watson, he went up for over 100 yards. Then you had Josh Jacobs, who had a hat trick of a night, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, where did Tucker Kraft come from? He
Dude.
just kind of spawned in.
Kirby Joseph, one of the dirtiest safeties the last season or 2.
I saw that.
Going
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
low hits over and over. He tried to do it on Tucker Kraft.
He
Tucker
jumped.
avoided it,
Yeah,
and jumped
he
out of the way,
jumped.
and then popped back up in fashion.
dude, he took a hit though, but
He did. He got popped.
Yeah.
He
But
did.
did you see how he jumped back
yeah.
up?
And Al Michaels was feeling it too when
Yeah.
he jumped back up.
He's how many pounds? Maybe 250.
He's a tight end, so he's got to be like
280,
240. Oh, maybe even bigger. Yeah,
280.
I don't know.
So,
Tucker
yeah.
Kraft looks a little bit smaller than 280. I'd say like 245, 250, maybe even 235.
Tucker
He's not the biggest tight end.
258.
He is 258.
258.
Okay. So he's a bigger guy.
260 pounds jumping like that to get.
I know a lot of
Wow.
tight ends nowadays they're starting to get slimmer, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, back to the whole thing. To find the end zone 3 times, win or lose in the game is crazy. So
Yeah.
good for Josh Jacobs. Yeah, it wasn't the biggest
Again,
rush game.
a great game.
But yeah, that's where I was at the game. Do you guys have any opinions, or you want
Just a great game.
a good game? All right, why don't we move on to the next one? This one I was actually highly anticipating. I don't know if one of you want to take it or
I mean,
no, you don't want it.
I'll take it.
All right, I was
yeah,
gonna say. I
let's
mean,
give it to Nick.
So we had the Falcons and the Vikings. We had Kirk Cousins go down and play his former team. And he looked awful.
Last week, did we not say that the Vikings and the Falcons were essentially the same situation, just with a different record? Because
Yeah.
if so, if my memory holds true, we watched the Vikings prove that narrative completely wrong. I mean, they went out and balled out on the offense.
I mean, this game, going into the fourth quarter, it was tied, right? And then the final score ended up being 42-21.
The Falcons weren't playing bad football in the first quarter. They were up. I think they were up 10-7 at one point in the first half. And then you saw the Vikings slowly pick it up, and then from there just kept going and snowballing.
Can I talk about the Falcons secondary?
Yeah.
What in the world are you doing? You let so many huge
Was it you
plays.
that sent me the clip of him
Yeah.
lost when
Yeah.
Jordan Addison?
Oh, is
like-
that when he went? He fell.
It wasn't even.
Dude,
It was Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson, yeah.
And
That was
that happened
flabbergasted.
multiple
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
It wasn't just that one play. That happened like 2 or 3
Just
times.
got completely lost in the sauce.
Dude, I watched him look at the crowd, look
Yeah,
back to the middle
yeah.
of the field, look to the end zone,
and
and
Justin
just fell.
Jefferson didn't do anything
I know.
fancy.
Yeah,
No.
he just ran straight. It was like a go. The guy just got
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah, it was like it kind of felt like a slug. There was just a little
Yeah.
curve back
Yeah.
inside. It was like
I saw a meme on an Instagram reel. It was like when you're playing Madden, you accidentally press
When
the
you click on
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's like dive.
He got clicked on. He
Yeah.
lost it. Yeah, I don't know, but I do want to. We got to give credit where credit's due. Sam Darnold played one fucking hell of a game.
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
Jeez.
Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison both over 100 yards.
So on the flip side of the coin, I know we talked about this multiple times already. Do you think it's time for Kirk Cousins to be benched? Maybe
Honestly,
see
yeah,
Penix
because you know what?
Jr.
Here's what my
step up.
takeaway was with the Falcons offense. You've got so many good weapons on paper. They look like they don't have an identity or know how to use these weapons. And it looks like what they want to do is throw the ball deep and run the ball very strategically. Michael Penix was known for what? His big arm. Get Mooney and Drake London in the slot. Utilize that. You have Bijan Robinson. Run the ball to set up the pass game. Use play-action pass. They're not doing that. I would do it, especially because Kirk is so stiff in the pocket, if you're going to stick with Kirk.
I mean, he looks awful. Like, it's almost hard to watch. I mean, 2
But,
interceptions. in
but
just
with
this game.
only 4 games left, honestly, you could do this and
They
it'd be
have a
justified.
losing record right now.
Yeah, they're
6
they're
and
not
7.
first in division anymore. The Bucks are coming back up from behind them.
Yep.
I say this. You could realistically, the last 2 games of the season, especially if they get knocked out of playoffs, bench Kirk and him still go into the next season as your starter and simply say to the public, we want to keep Kirk healthy and we
agree.
want to see
I
what we
agree.
can get out of our rookie.
Yep.
And that's where the coaching staff can quietly evaluate what they have in the rookie. And then in the offseason, you make that call. Do we want to go now with Penix?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because now it's realistic conversations. Is Kirk the guy?
I completely agree.
Do we think this contract we gave him is
He's
justifiable?
ruined. I think he single-handedly ruined the season for the Falcons.
Not only that, this game was the worst place for him to go lose in this fashion because this is his former
yeah.
team,
Yep.
and he
And to
made
play
it,
like that,
and he's the one who made it clear
he got
that
embarrassed
he
by
wanted to
Sam
leave.
Darnold.
Yeah.
He's the one who said he needed a break from Minnesota.
They booed him.
Yeah, and now Sam Darnold, a guy who's historically bad, came in and turned his entire season around, and then throws 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I've been
Kirk
like the
Cousins.
biggest Sam Darnold hater on the planet, and even I'll say he looked fantastic.
Yeah, if you go back and watch one of the first episodes, Nick was the first one to say, bench him now, go JJ once he's healthy the next season. That's if
But-
they re-sign Sam Darnold this
Yeah.
offseason.
Yeah.
Do we think they re-sign him now?
Absolutely.
Because
Look
here's
at
where
what
I'm
he's
at,
done.
though.
They're 10
I
and
don't
2.
think so.
I don't
It's gonna
either.
get weird. I know you're in 10-2, but you have they're 11-2 now. I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
11
have
to, yeah.
you have Daniel Jones. Why sign him? I have a feeling
True.
because of this season, Sam Darnold's going to want a Baker Mayfield contract. The Vikings aren't ready for that yet. They want to keep adding to this talent pool so that in a year or two, J.J. McCarthy has no excuses.
Yep.
He's sat and now he's surrounded. So here's my thing. Sam Darnold goes next season to another team, gets the contract Baker got with the Bucks. You now take Daniel Jones and put him on that minimal deal that Sam Darnold played on this year, and you hopefully do what you did with Darnold with Daniel Jones while McCarthy keeps learning and getting healthy. And once that falls flat on its face in the 3rd year, you then start McCarthy. Because I think they're going to try and avoid to pay Darnold the money, honestly.
I agree.
So I think the reason they signed Daniel Jones didn't make sense 2 weeks ago.
But you're putting a lot of faith in JJ
you
McCarthy.
are. Well, you're also putting a lot of. You have to though. You picked him at what?
You
11?
draft him. Yeah.
You have to.
Well, he came out as one of the most anticipated Q quarterbacks to
with
play
a lot
this
of
season.
question
Yeah.
marks though too.
It's true, but
This also makes you wonder: should we have taken him if there's still this much concern?
the
if he's
Vikings
ready?
are putting a lot.
You're also
on his
gambling
shoulders.
on the fact that you can turn around Daniel Jones too.
Daniel Jones is a lost
mean-
cause in my eyes. I don't like him.
We've
one
never
bit.
seen him with this much talent, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
And I
true.
think in Kevin O'Connell's eyes, if I can turn around Sam Darnold, I can turn around Daniel Jones.
That's exactly what I would be thinking.
Yeah.
I think Daniel Jones is more talented than Sam Darnold.
I was gonna say that I think he offers more athleticism.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold gets the job done.
He's an underrated runner.
But we don't know what Danny Dimes can do when he has legitimate route runners and offensive
Danny
line and Aaron
Dimes.
Jones. That's his nickname.
He's not okay.
That's his nickname. Am I
Danny
wrong?
Pennies.
Am I wrong? Is that his
That's his nickname.
Yeah.
Danny Nichols.
Okay, now you're just not even funny.
Okay. Well,
Go to the next game. Let's just move on then. You ruin everything with your stupid jokes.
Okay, well, the next up. Okay, I got actually something to say about this game. The Panthers
Better be
versus
good.
the
You better not
Eagles.
shit on someone.
No. So the Eagles take this game 22-16 in a game that shouldn't have been anywhere close. The
Yeah,
Panthers continue to contend though against
I was gonna
these
say
much better
you
teams.
got to mention that.
So I heard an interesting fact. I don't even call it a fact. It's like a fun fact. In the middle of this game, there was a unanimous gambler who put $3 million on the Eagles winning this game, and the Panthers were up in the third quarter of this game. If I was that
You
guy,
shitting bricks.
The Panthers
that's
would have
exactly
won.
what I was gonna
That
say.
Bryce Young pass to
Was it Xavier Legette?
Xavier Legette.
Yeah. Oh, he was probably fucking having heart failure
Yeah,
at that point.
yeah.
Because it looked like a catch until they slowed it down.
Yeah, and you saw it hit the ground.
Yeah, you saw it
once
bobble.
he started to roll
He knew.
over.
He knew.
I mean, he was.
He got up and acted like it was a touchdown
was like-
because he's like, I guess go with it.
That's what you got to do. I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, if you don't show that you're confident in your own ability, then
they're gonna mark it incomplete on the field.
immediately, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
But-
I wish that catch came through. So wait, I want to know, what was the payout then?
So it was actually only gonna be. He only earned about $400,000.
I was gonna say, yeah. If I want to know what okay. 'Cause I
So
was gonna say,
yeah, there's a lot of money.
That's a crazy
lot of money,
gamble.
but $3 million for only $400,000.
yeah, but those are the crazy
almost
parlays that rich
lost.
people take. It's weird.
And I mean, the
The
Eagles
odds had to have been high though.
The Eagles were so favored to win this game. 'Cause, I mean, it's the Panthers, but I mean,
But I want us to take into consideration what the Panthers have done the last 4 weeks. They're playing legit serious teams, not some just mediocre
and
teams.
it's
They
been
almost
like
went down and
one-score
beat the
games.
Chiefs.
Yeah,
Like, did you guys watch this
Well,
game
everyone
live or no?
has. Literally
Did you
everybody.
guys watch
Yeah,
this game
but-
live this week or no? Or did you watch it
this
after the
game,
fact?
I was actually at work. I had it propped up watching it.
So you did see it somewhat live then.
Yeah,
Did you, Nick, or did you
I
watch
had
it
it on Red Zone.
Okay, yeah.
it looked
'cause I
fan.
was gonna
Yeah, that's
say,
what I had on Red Zone.
Bryce
too.
Young, I don't know about y'all, in my opinion,
They're starting to
looked
like.
so in control and comfortable.
Yeah.
And even when he ran the ball and scrambled, he looked like he knew what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas it always looked like he was playing a guessing game prior to him being
Yes.
benched. Like everything, when he ran it, he's like, do I slide? Do I go for this? Do I try to get the reach the ball out? When I throw it, do I want to go here?
looks
Do I
a
wanna
lot
go
more
there?
comfortable.
He looks like he's just having fun now.
Yeah.
And I don't know I don't know what happened. I don't know if Andy Dalton had something to do with it. I don't know if Dave Canales did, or if when you get benched, it just puts you in check. I don't know. But for his sake and Anthony Richardson, they're both playing.
It might be a
completely different
situation like
football.
I have nothing left to lose.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
They
you're
already
right, you're
showed
right.
they don't trust me, so
You're right.
I might as well go out there and
Not only
Fuck it,
that,
let's
it's
ball.
got to be somewhat encouraging. I was just gonna say it's got to be somewhat encouraging to see Andy Dalton on that roster and him be like, well, if he's doing it 14 years later, then I'm just gonna go play and do the most I can do, and we'll see if I can get a contract elsewhere afterwards.
Yeah.
Because now we're seeing quarterbacks more often get contracts later on, trying to fix their career. It's a weird thing that we're seeing now, that quarterbacks start to turn their career around in different systems.
Yep.
I think Baker right now is the best one, but Darnold this
Sam
year,
Darnold's close
it
behind.
feels different though with Baker. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
Maybe because Baker and Tampa just fit so perfectly, but
It works for sure, which
It
is
does.
weird because he doesn't really play like Tom Brady, which is who they'd be used to.
yeah, but he is a pocket passer in a sense. I mean, he does run a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Baker is similar to Russ in this way. Baker, I think, takes more sacks than he should have.
I agree.
But he also makes up for it with the plays he makes.
Right.
Because he takes that home run ball over and over, which is why you see interceptions.
But
on
then
his
you'll
stat
see him
lines.
make dumb mistakes
And
and
that's
throw.
what
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Because you'll see it later on in his stat line. He has an interception or two. But that's what you gamble for, similar to Jameis Winston with the
I
Browns.
was just gonna say.
But when he's
even
hot,
with the
he's
Bucks,
hot.
But when they're exactly. But yeah, before we leave this game, I just think like getting Adam Thielen involved, amazing. Look at how many yards
I mean,
he had.
Chuba Hubbard. I mean,
Oh.
continues.
So at first
Continues.
when they extended him, I didn't know how confident I was in it. Best move
Now,
they could have made. Best
amazing.
move they could have made. And I'm pissed off because I drafted him in fantasy
Yeah.
and I dropped him week 4 because he kept failing me.
didn't
and then
Jonathan
turned it
Brooks
around.
just tear his
He
ACL
just tore his
again too?
ACL again, bro.
I don't
He
think
just-
we mentioned that in the news.
I didn't
but
because it came out literally 3 or 4 hours ago.
yeah,
He tore his ACL in college before he was drafted,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just tore it again late in this season, which means this likely could carry over into next season.
yep.
And for a young guy like that, it's like you never know, especially as a running back, if you're going to get another shot. And then you're also sitting
Yeah.
behind Chuba. So
You have the
it's-
same injury twice, and like a big injury. That's not.
I'm curious if
not
it's
good.
the same knee.
It is.
It is.
Yep.
God, that sucks. My only gripe with this game: get Xavier Legette more involved. Don't wait till the end of the game to try to give him that big potential game winner. Like, even if it's just simple screens and like
You
got
gotta
to
get him warmed
drags, you
up.
got to get him more. Yeah, put the ball in his hands, get him feeling in the flow of the game. But that's just where I'm at. And I like Dave Canales, so I think that there is hope, and I think that eventually this will get fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the Eagles' sake,
And-
you got to win by more than that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I mean, you're the Eagles. You're one of the most anticipated.
I'm not
teams.
out on them at all. I think that they're still
Oh, no,
a quiet,
they're-
scary threat
yeah.
in the playoffs. But it's games like these where it's like, let it happen once, but don't let this become a reoccurring thing.
And Saquon Barkley continues his MVP run with, again, another game over 100 yards.
100, what was it, 124?
124.
I am a little
more yards than
disappointed.
Jalen Hurts threw for.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts had a pretty piss poor game.
Yeah. Continues to prove our points.
But he still had 2
Smith-
more touchdowns than Saquon Barkley.
Okay,
had,
but
so-
Devontae Smith and what's his face? AJ Brown didn't
What's
do
his
anything.
face?
Sorry, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. He didn't do anything. Neither of them got involved. And that's like now I'm seeing on the internet that AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts are beefing behind the scenes. Like really, like
no,
I hope that
there's
shit's
no
fake.
way.
Yeah, there's no way. Like you got to get that shit together. It's around playoff time. But like Dom said, Nick, I know how you feel. You said earlier what kind
We've been
of
over this 3 weeks.
what
in a
kind of
row now.
MVP doesn't score a touchdown, and I agree that he needs to get in the end zone that week for my fantasy team.
But again, he still had over 100 yards rushing.
yeah,
I
He
mean.
beat LaShawn
Bro.
McCoy's franchise record in a single season, I think.
Yeah.
And then
He's going for the NFL record
You
right
said
now.
he was on pace.
Yeah,
Yep.
on pace.
But unfortunately, but after the performance Josh
And I
Allen
mean,
had
if-
this week, I don't think we can keep arguing this.
If you
Unfortunately.
if you look at the teams, the Eagles, like future teams that they're playing, it's nothing like what the Steelers have up in their future schedule. Or
What does this have to do with the Steelers?
no. What I'm
He loves bringing up the Steelers.
because what I'm saying is that the Steelers have a very notable schedule. Like they're playing the Chiefs. They're gonna play very good teams. The Ravens again.
I'm really confused. What are you getting at?
So what I'm saying is that the Eagles
Remaining
don't
schedule?
have remaining schedule is not
It's
as
easy.
tough.
They play
It-
Philly this, or they play
Yeah, but
Pittsburgh
like
this week.
after that.
What's the remaining schedule? Well, don't say that if you don't have it up.
I know I didn't have.
You gotta be prepared, bro.
Yeah, because you threw the Chiefs and Ravens in. That's why I got confused. I was like, wait, what?
Okay, what I'm saying is that because Saquon Barkley's on pace to break
He
the
doesn't know what he's
record
talking
rushing
about.
Okay,
yards
now I
in
think
a
we're
single
back on track
season.
with where you were
Yes.
going. Okay, so
Yep.
Saquon Barkley,
If the
remaining
Eagles
schedule
have
as easy as what you're
yes.
saying, therefore he could
Yeah, they play the Cowboys, they play the Giants,
Oh,
but
yeah.
then they play the Steelers and the Commanders. So they do have 2 tough games, but 2
I still
easy.
think Barkley can get 100 yards on the
Easy,
Steelers
exactly.
or the Commanders.
Exactly.
Steelers maybe under 100, a couple touchdowns though. Commanders, he's easily could get 100 because
Yeah,
they're up and
Steelers have
down.
a very notable defense.
And
Commanders
then,
also a good
what's-
defense.
What? So, I guess where I got confused, you said the Steelers remaining. Like, what's,
So the Steelers remaining,
my only confusion was like, what? Why do they apply?
because I was trying to make the connection that they have a very hard schedule, and the Eagles' schedule is not as hard. Like the Steelers are going to play the Eagles, and the Ravens, the Bengals, and the Chiefs.
But we're only talking about Saquon. That's what I'm.
I know. It was just a comparison to say
He
that
loves
the
the
Eagles.
Steelers.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, you just want an excuse to talk about this. You just want an excuse to talk about the Steelers. Dom, if you want to go to a Steelers game, I'll take you. Just be honest. Are you a Steelers
They're going to take
fan?
me?
If you admit that you're a Steelers fan.
I'd go any day to watch Russ.
Oh my God.
Bro.
Even if he's not starting, will you go to a Steelers game?
Hell no.
So you're just a fucking Russell Wilson dick rider.
So
I'm a fan of my old quarterback.
Yeah, it's crazy because I remember when he first came to Denver, you did nothing but shit on how bad he was. And then when he left
No,
Denver, you
no,
still shit on how
you
bad he was.
asked- I-
But then the minute he goes to another team, then you want to fucking ride
This
his
is
shit.
true.
Sean Payton ruined him. That's it. Sean Payton ruined
he
him.
ruined
Yes,
himself.
You guys saw the
Yes,
reel I sent
but,
you guys.
Yes, but
That reel is not true, bro.
But-
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
before he actually signed with the Steelers, though, you still ran with the narrative that Russell Wilson sucked and was washed. Why, when he goes to another team, all of
When
a
did
sudden?
I say that?
Dom, just over
I said
general
Sean Payton
conversation.
ruined him. No, I said
No, you never
I,
brought up Sean Payton until this.
I was
till
mad
this.
Until
that
this
Russell
year.
Wilson would ever even leave the franchise for somebody like the Broncos, just for Sean Payton to fucking ruin him, and then he has to rebuild.
You
his
do
career
realize
up.
that Sean
Sean
Payton
Payton
went
wasn't
there to
there.
help fix him.
Sean
right?
Payton wasn't
Sean
there
Payton
his
did
first
not
year.
ask for us. Sean Payton did not trade for us. Sean Payton was in
Yeah, I
retirement
know.
doing broadcasts.
Yeah, but he still
Sean
ruined
Payton,
Russ.
no, he didn't. He
Yes, he
fixed
did.
Russ.
Russ
when
was
Nathaniel-
bad before
no,
Sean
no,
Payton
no,
ever
I'm not
got
going to
there.
say that. Nathaniel Hackett ruined Russell Wilson. Sean Payton saw potential in a quarterback because, honestly,
He wouldn't have taken
Russell
that
Wilson
job.
is a Hall of Fame quarterback. And Sean Payton said, well, that guy can go win some Super Bowls. I'm going to go there and see if I can get this shit fixed because Nathaniel Hackett did a terrible job.
And he had a 5-0
And then
run.
Russ refused to help himself.
You just got so loud in my ears.
Good. I want you to hear it.
Yeah. And then you did get loud. I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
But anyways, he needed to be heard. Sean Payton took the job because Russ was there. I want
I'm
you
not
to,
having this conversation.
No, you are
Why
going to have
not?
it. You are going to have
You
it.
brought it up.
You Broncos fans are full of shit, and I'm ending it there.
Explain why.
Sean Payton went because
He
of
can't.
Russ.
He doesn't know.
And to this day now, it honestly for both ends sucked. Sean realized Russ is not going to fit my scheme, and Russ realized I don't fit here, I don't belong here, they don't want me anymore. For both sides, it was the best. So for you to blame the Broncos for everything,
I'm not blaming
it's
the
complete
Broncos.
utter
I'm blaming
bullshit.
Sean Payton.
What the fuck did he do? Are you really going to go off 2 games when he screamed at him? It's football.
He deserves
It's
to be
football.
screamed at.
How many times did you get yelled at in
No.
football? Get the fuck over it. It's football. You're
Yeah,
supposed to get yelled at.
I'm not.
Football ain't home for the pussies, man.
I was just the one last week saying I'm all for a physical game of football. What I'm saying,
You're not all there for a physical game of arguing because clearly that
Apparently.
changes the whole narrative.
Sean Payton's a meanie.
yeah, sure, whatever.
You're just dumb.
I'm
Like, Nathaniel Hackett is the one who ruined Russ, not Sean Payton.
Russ ruined himself. Nathaniel Hackett just closed the casket.
Why can't we just be happy for both sides? I finally met myself in peace. Can you just come to the peace end of it?
Sure.
Your team's 8-5, my team's 8-5. The Steelers are kicking, Russ is kicking. Let's all be happy.
I don't feel peace.
There's
no
he
peace.
just got fire burned in his head.
There's no peace.
Like I'm trying to find peace with you.
I
Dom.
bought
Do you not
2
want there to be
jerseys.
peace?
This
with
is
you?
how I picture the inside of Nick's head. You know that SpongeBob episode where like everything's on fire in his brain?
Yeah.
He's opening all the filing
he's, like,
cabinets,
shredding all the
Yeah,
papers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you not
That's
want to
inside
find?
Nick's brain?
Do you not want to find peace here, Dom?
What the fuck do you want? Why are you talking to me?
Okay, I'll fucking walk off the show. Then.
Do it. I'll be the new fucking host.
You
Welcome
wish.
to the Turf Talk fucking podcast, guys. I'm your host. I'm better at intros than him. I don't take 10 minutes to warm up.
hot fucking.
I
take.
am him.
Hot.
Next
take.
week, do we do a practice run and see how Dom does?
Yeah, I'll
Hot
fucking do
take.
it.
I'm sorry. I don't know if the listeners want a Geno Smith lover to get them ready for the
This
show.
is true. Let me ask you this.
I'm a man of the people, Dom, not a man of the Seahawks.
If you had your choice right now, you could have current 2024 Russell Wilson or current 2024 Geno Smith on your Seahawks. Who are you going to take?
Russell Wilson.
No, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I like that.
He's my quarterback.
I think if you put Russ on the Seahawks right
He
now,
brought me to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl for me.
I don't
Geno
know.
is not.
Fair enough.
Oh, okay. I thought you said right now.
I thought that's what you were going for.
I was going to say I don't think the Seahawks would win a Super Bowl right now with Russ.
No,
but I
right
think-
now, absolutely
but I think
not. But they'd be
like,
better than they are
yeah,
right now.
for sure, because imagine Russ
He
with
was
JSN.
the moon balls. I mean, DK Metcalf would be.
Not even the moonballs, just JSN in general.
Yeah.
I mean, also, does Tyler Lockett? Why are we doing speculations?
This is like stuff I see in my dreams.
Okay, can you
Anyways,
go to your Seahawks game?
speaking of the
Yes, go to your
Seahawks-
Seahawks game.
Once again, Gabe, you were wrong last week.
I'll admit it. Dude, I did not think they'd shit the bed this bad.
Seahawks versus the Cardinals.
Wow.
As a Seahawks fan, winning 30-18 and having a dominant performance from the first snap to the end is
You said it
something
earlier.
great.
The Seahawks for the first time in a long time
Yep.
been in control from the start of
I
the game to
was
the end.
not standing up and sitting down every 10 seconds throughout this game.
Like you were at the Jets game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I was just very happy with this. And
Hey,
to-
Geno had himself a good game, too. 233 yards and a tutty. I mean, good for him.
and the defense continues to just
I think the player of the
show
game,
up
though,
the
is Zach
play.
Charbonnet.
Easy.
100%. So,
Bro smoked the
Yeah.
Cardinals defense.
yeah. I mean, this is a guy that typically only gets 5 fantasy points per week, shows up with 30 out of nowhere. Like, okay, buddy.
I don't know if the Cardinals forgot who they drafted, but, it's this guy named Marvin Harrison Jr. You should try him out sometime. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe am I like delusional? Do I not know this guy exists? Did we not select him
I think
in
he's
the
still
first
at
round?
Ohio State,
Oh,
actually.
fuck. I forgot. Did we forget we took this guy first round?
Going
I mean,
It
what
looks
the
like
fuck?
it.
Can we not get this guy involved? I mean, congratulations. The Seahawks won. They needed it a little bit more than the Cardinals. Actually, no. The Cardinals went all in at the
Both
fucking
of
trade
them
deadline.
needed it.
Both of them needed it. But it looked like the Seahawks wanted it. Why are
Yeah.
we not getting Marvin Harrison involved?
This is the second time in 2 weeks.
You
too.
saw in week 4 or 5 when Kyler said, I'm going to start throwing the ball his way more. He had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. And, we were like, okay, that's good. Why not keep doing it? Where are the Cardinals at now? Now you're looking on the inside out playoffs. I'm sorry.
They just got swept by the Seahawks.
Yeah, they did in a matter of, 3 weeks? Mm-hmm. That's
yeah,
sad.
Yeah.
That is
And
sad.
DK Metcalf, according to your notes.
Wait, what?
Metcalf.
Look,
had
all right.
s-
Look, come on now. Cut me some slack. It's my first day off from school. We're finally on winter break,
He doesn't have
right?
to get on the school bus every morning anymore.
Dom, you're
Buddy.
younger than me. You were on the school bus when I was in college. Because we know your ass.
We used to go on the school bus together. Watch your mouth.
Well, you were on the school bus alone your senior year, so I don't want to fucking hear anything. out of
Okay,
your
and so
mouth.
are you until I showed up.
What do you mean? I don't find being alone. I can entertain myself. That's what AirPods and an iPhone are made for.
That can be taken in the very wrong context.
Only you
Only
are
in
taking
your head,
that.
bro.
And, yeah.
I didn't take it like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, you carry lotion in your bag too?
Okay.
buddy,
fuck?
what are you going?
Sounds
bro?
like someone really wants the Off the Field podcast to start now.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. You need the lotion when you're talking about fucking Geno Smith. Like,
Maybe I do. Anyways, DK Metcalf got more involved this year.
He doesn't even know what to say.
you
bro.
want to make a joke about my typing, but you can't fucking read something that is typed out in front for you. Formulate your own opinions, bitch. DK Metcalf had some targets, but he fucking blows cock and didn't do shit this week. That's what the notes should have said, all right? DK Metcalf had 40-something receiving yards this week and didn't do shit.
Yes, I do love Tyler Lockett.
Lockett.
What?
No, Lockett. He spelled Lockett.
No, I didn't. It's spelled Lockett.
You spelled it Lockette. It's Lockett. There's no
My
E.
bad. I added one E at the end.
Yeah, I mean, you spelled both. And you try to spell JSN's name.
You see what this guy does? He's so insecure and so like.
Yeah, he's got to find.
He's
like,
been targeted
nitpicky,
so
like,
much this week that he's got to nitpick my fucking like literature.
Literature. This shit ain't no literature. This looks like a 10-year-old went and
Can
scribbled
we
what's
agree
going
on
in their
no notes for Dom next week? He just
Yeah,
gotta
no,
come up
you
with it all
always
himself.
I don't
bitch.
need notes.
So then why do you ask me to share my notes with you?
Your notes?
They are.
Our notes.
How are they ours?
Buddy, he writes the entire thing.
You're using them too, so watch your mouth.
I'm using them, but I'm not trashing
he generally formulates his own shit.
I
Nick
look at the
goes
stats.
off my stats
I
that
look
I
at
write
the
for everyone.
stats. You're just gonna sit there with your mouth closed?
My mouth's not
you-
open.
you
I
could
said
be-
closed.
Yeah, he did say close.
Oh, shit.
You could do this alone next week with your phone open, and you can formulate your own shit. I mean, why do you do you want to get attacked this week? Like, you're asking for everyone to hate you right now. Okay, so keep being silent. Nick, can you please get us to the next game, the game of the year?
Absolutely. So we had the Bills and Rams. MVP Josh Allen had 6 touchdowns, but lost the game.
You had one job.
That's
You had one
insane.
Job, Bills.
That is absolutely.
I'm not even
crazy
mad that
to
they
me.
lost the way they lost, dude.
Well, I'm
You
not.
came back.
I am just because the Rams are in my division. I needed them to lose
Yeah.
that game. But either way, Josh Allen. I think he secured MVP at this point. I love the idea of Saquon Barkley getting MVP, and I think he's still close second in the race. But I think Josh Allen does win this award.
Well, when you
6
finish the
total
game with 6 total touchdowns, yeah.
And I mean, say that record that he said he broke.
What? I don't even remember when I said that. to you.
Josh Allen broke a record. You told me earlier.
Oh, he broke the
Yeah, there it
most
is.
points scored by a quarterback in fantasy.
50-something
I don't know why I
points?
got so confused right there when you
Yeah.
said that. Yeah, he had 50 total points in fantascy,
Yep.
which I guess is the record for a
Back-to-back
quarterback.
weeks.
So
That's weird.
I know, isn't it?
I feel like I've seen that before.
But
though.
then again, when you go back and look, it's probably Tyreek Hills and receivers that had those
Yeah.
big games, not a
That's true.
quarterback.
That
And if anyone did, it was probably Patrick Mahomes.
Boo.
So-
No, he hasn't had those like big statistic games.
Yeah, like 3 years ago he was. He used to put up I remember 3 years ago he put out like a 500-yard game.
Well, that's back when
He had
Yeah,
Tyreek
Tyreek
Hill,
Hill,
Travis
yeah.
Kelce.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it is surprising that no other quarterback.
I guess.
Then again, like I said, I found this graphic on Instagram. Could be off, but I mean, he did put up 50 points regardless. It doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah.
And my biggest takeaway from this game is, holy shit, is Puka Nacua him whether you like it or not. I've always said this guy does not look like a franchise receiver. He does not look like a threat in the league. God, defenses cannot stop this guy.
They
And
can't
I mean,
figure
They
him
can't
out.
cover him. They can't cover
The
him.
Rams came out like with a decision that the Lions would make going for it on that 4th down to secure the
The
win.
Rams were scrappy. I'm actually excited to see how they do in the postseason.
I mean, Matthew
Yeah.
Stafford is still him. I mean, still kicking.
Do you think that he finishes his how much longer? Actually, not even finished.
How old is he? Do we have?
35.
He's gotta be old.
Mid-30s, yeah, mid-30s.
Dude, I'm
Probably
gonna
around
hate to
Gino's
see
age.
him go. I'm gonna hate it. I mean, he's been such a
I won't hate it.
he's made careers over
They don't make
so
no
many
difference to me.
wide receivers. I mean, Cooper Kupp, Megatron. I mean,
I feel like they were pretty established before him. I think
no,
he added to
100%,
the play.
100%.
Yeah.
But
At least Megatron
it's
was
funny how
established before him.
the two most I believe both Cooper Kupp and Megatron had.
I think they had like the top 2 receiving
Yeah,
seasons.
and they were both under Matthew
Oh
Stafford.
yeah, Cooper
Yeah.
Kupp
Yeah.
2 years ago had one of the best statistical.
I had him
Super
on my
Bowl
fantasy,
MVP.
Yeah.
I still think that Super Bowl will never be as respected as they might want it to be. I always
People
forget they
forget
even won
about it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I always forget they even won it.
Yeah, like I didn't even remember that.
My
game
only
happened.
recollection of that game is feeling bad for Burrow and then watching Aaron Donald say "ring me," and I hated that for some reason. I don't know why. Like, just get your ring
Wow.
humbly.
and
I
fuck
don't know.
Burrow's O line.
You gotta talk shit when you win.
I agree
what
with
you
it,
do.
but I also was so hell bent on feeding into the Burrow
Okay,
shit
but
and Joe Shiesty that I wanted him to win that game.
the thing with that Super Bowl is I didn't really care who won. This is why, because Matthew Stafford has been plagued to the Lions for so long beforehand. To finally see him go and win a Super Bowl that he's been out going for
Because I wanted to see Von Miller win.
Look, for me, Von Miller's not the same without the Broncos, and that's my idol. I wore his number in high school. But for me, it was like Joe Shiesty winning for some reason. I'm not the popular opinion, and I recognize that completely.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow, as young as he was and everything he's been through and all the hype for him, winning a Super Bowl and being in it in his second year after a gruesome knee injury in his rookie year, for me was much more than Matthew Stafford coming to the Rams and in his first season winning a ring.
I mean, I absolutely agree with you. I wouldn't say it's much more, though. I think
No.
Again,
in my eyes, it became bigger than Matthew
Yeah.
Stafford.
Whoever
of
won
course,
this,
in the media, it was Matthew Stafford winning was more than anything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But for me, the Burrow had become the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So that's.
I
my
mean, in the
only thing.
Bengals franchise as a whole, they haven't been there.
And not
in
only
how
that,
many
who wouldn't
years?
want to see Burrow and Jamar Chase win a ring in the NFL when they had just won one in college 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where I was at. But no, in all, this game was great, fantastic, high scoring affair, game of the year contender, and Josh Allen solidified that this season he is the MVP with 6 total touchdowns, and he's doing it without. I mean, Keon Coleman hasn't played in 3 or 4 weeks, and Amari Cooper had a pretty decent game with 95 receiving yards. There wasn't a big run game this week. That's why I didn't even add James Cook on the stat.
Yeah.
Josh Allen though contributed to the run game.
Oh, yeah.
82 yards and 3 touchdowns
Wow.
on his legs. And then Khalil Shakir, week in and week out, this guy. Bro broke 4 tackles to get them back in the game with a touchdown in the third
Huge
quarter.
play.
Huge
Huge
play.
I was watching
And-
that live on Red Zone.
Yeah. And for all these reasons, this game for me is completely blows the Broncos-Browns game out of the water. And this game for me, I'm going to keep saying it, this is the game of the year so far for a contender.
Mm-hmm.
This game, between the score, the two teams you had, the way they played, the way it came down to the wire. I mean, to lose by 2 points, this is similar to that game with the Lions a few weeks ago, where you said if you were the head coach, you would tell you did everything you could.
Yeah.
It just came down to who had the ball last.
Yeah.
And that's where I am. That's why I'm not worried about the Bills at all.
Yeah.
The Rams.
You just got to walk off that field with your head up.
Yeah, the Rams are a respectable team, and they're clearly still scrappy.
Yeah.
Now move on and go win, and then we'll worry about it in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I think we go on to the Chargers and Chiefs. A game that
God.
fucking drove me nuts.
Week after week.
Cheap ass win again. Yeah, that expression right there for Nick is crazy. Do you want to tell us how they won, Nick?
Yeah, so I was watching this as it happened. I don't know if you guys were.
Oh, I
but
was.
I watched pretty much the same situation the Broncos had, right? You get a chip shot, easy
Complete utter
field goal. I'm
bullshit.
like, the Chargers have to block it, right? They have to have something. And they didn't. And then I watched the ball hit the upright. I'm like, oh my God, they missed. And then it bounced inside. I shut the phone off
There's
and
nothing
sat
more
in
Chiefs
silence.
than this.
Yeah.
I sat in silence for a solid 5 minutes.
It's the first time I ever wanted the Chargers to win.
I've never rooted for the Chargers in
Neither
my
have I.
life.
And for that night, I wanted Justin Herbert to do anything. And do the most he's ever done.
And
And it's just, my honest, other than the fact that the Chiefs keep getting these stupid-ass wins, can we please get Justin Herbert some help with the receivers?
Yeah.
Quentin Johnson sucks. Lad McConkey was out, so we can't bash him for anything.
J.K. Dobbins was also out.
He was out too,
Yeah.
dude. It was just Justin Herbert is playing with nothing right now.
And again, 19-17 was the final score for this game. I mean,
how about blatant
Sloppy.
false starts from the Chiefs? that-
no. It's the same guy on every single
you
snap.
were texting us during this at the end of the game,
like
dude. You
false
were-
start. Like
Yeah.
I can see
Even
it watching from my TV.
The
he's
biggest
false-started.
Chiefs lover on the planet, Chris Collinsworth, even called it out during the broadcast.
No, like it's
Yeah, but
so
I bet you he was
blatant.
feeling giddy in the booth when they made the doink.
Oh, I'm
in
sure.
for the field goal, bro.
Oh,
Andy,
Mike.
Andy Reid didn't even realize they won until the crowd screamed.
Wow.
That tells you that he knew we should have won that game. Like, granted, you had your second string kicker, but I also had him in
Who
fantasy.
cares? I could have made that kick.
I had
You basically had to like.
I won't let you say that. Kicking is the hardest
Yeah,
thing.
it is. It's a
Kicking,
lot
there's a
fucking
reason
harder.
why during game day for college game day they
Pat
have
McAfee
the
has
kicking
the-
thing with Pat
yeah.
McAfee. There's a reason why they do that because that shit is not easy. Dude, I remember in high school,
Yeah,
for practice one time we
yeah.
had to do a kicking competition. Of course, my fat ass got picked. And I'm like, Coach, no lineman should be kicking a ball. And I'm also 5'4", so I also shouldn't be kicking a ball. I got no legs. And I kick it, and I hit the fucking crossbar.
Bro, I made a field goal in practice.
Really?
I
That shit's
did.
difficult. Have you ever tried?
I've tried, and I think I
That
broke my
shit is
toe when I
so
freaking hit
hard.
the ball.
Yeah.
I was
It
on
don't
like
feel
I
good
was on
kicking a ball,
like the
especially when it's
5.
cold.
I was
Especially
on
when
like
it's
the
freezing.
5-yard line to be fair.
Oh no,
But
we're
I
at-
still made
Did
it.
we do it from like the 15 or 20?
I think we kept backing it up.
Backing
If someone
up,
made
yeah.
it, they'd back it up.
Mine was at least 10 or 15 yards out from the end zone.
Yeah.
Now, granted, that ain't far, but for me, it felt far. Like,
No,
damn,
like,
I don't know if it's going to get
I don't
there.
know how NFL kickers make 50-yard
I
field
don't.
goals.
That's why I
It's
respect
No,
kickers
that's
regardless
crazy.
of who they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I get pissed off because it's like, okay, you practice one thing and one thing
Yeah,
only.
you get paid millions of dollars to
But
do one
I
thing,
don't
you better
do it for a
fucking
living,
make it.
so I
Right.
respectively can't, and I will forever realize that. But.
Yeah. Mhm.
Finally, on Monday Night Football, to finish Week 14, we had Bengals and Cowboys.
Oh my God, you guys did it! Orange and black pulled it off.
This game
finally.
for me was honestly boring as fuck.
It took Cooper Rush playing like ass, and
I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, you can say that.
183 yards.
I
2
tried to give
touchdowns, and a
respect, but
pick.
no. I was gonna
No
say
respect.
No respect. You had under 200 yards
mean-
and a turnover.
Yeah, this game was hard to watch.
Did CeeDee
though.
Lamb do anything? Oh, he had 93 yards. All right.
Mid, prefer CeeDee Lamb a mid.
It just didn't
performance.
feel very like.
Ever since Dak's been out, CeeD's just.
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
know
like
why?
Tyreek
It's-
Hill without Tua.
This
Yeah.
is why I asked.
Or
you.
with Tua,
That's a perfect
apparently.
example. This is why I asked you guys what your opinions are on this game because I was at work, so I watched it after the
I
fact,
did. I did watch this
and I
game.
watched the condensed version.
I'm not
today.
gonna say it was boring.
I didn't
think
enjoy it. I expect, and this is why. Maybe I'm harsh. I expected the Bengals to do way more than they did.
exactly, but
Way
I think
more.
it was entertaining just because of how ass I just realized the Bengals really are. Maybe
Yeah.
they're not as good
Maybe
as I
they're
thought
not as
they
good as
were.
we thought they
They're
were.
5-8.
Their defense.
No. Record aside, we knew they were shit.
Yeah.
But we have said all along they're
Yeah.
the best worst team in terms of their offense. They're playing the best ball that
Yeah.
Jamar Chase
Yeah.
and Joe Burrow have their entire career.
Their
But this is
offensive
terrible.
line.
Jamar Chase has had a career night, or not a career night, but a great night. Another huge.
For him, it's not a career night.
No,
which
I
is
know,
crazy
but
'cause
another
he had
huge
177 yards and 2 touchdowns.
But it's like I expected. No, I didn't expect more yards. I expected more touchdowns to win by one possession against the Cowboys without their starting
Exactly.
quarterback, with all these injuries and all the mishaps, with a presumably terrible head coach.
It just doesn't
That makes
sit
you
right
wonder.
with me.
That makes you wonder how bad's the offense, how bad is the defense,
And I mean, Trey Hendrickson got how many sacks this game? I think it was maybe 2 or 3.
I don't even feel like he was that big of a threat.
He
Yes,
was. I think he
But
was.
I just didn't feel the pressure from the
I did.
defense, and I didn't feel them light it up as much on the offensive side of the ball. I'm sorry. I'm just not pleased with the Bengals. You know, Jamar Chase said after the game, I saw the clip that they're happy they can have finally a good flight home. Congratulations. But you should win this in more
He
fashion. I
threw
feel like.
for more than double the yards Cooper Rush had.
I know
in this game's
but,
within one score.
But again, this is what we could say. This is probably like the 12th week of 14 weeks of football
And
that
absolutely,
Burrow has had
yeah.
over 300 yards, but only 27 points on this year's Dallas Cowboys, who have been terrible.
Yeah.
I don't care if they have Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs. They have not been playing to the level they used to play at,
Well, they just don't have the guys around him to support him. There's only so much 2 guys can do on
and
a
that's why I
defensive
expected
11.
Burrow to do more than what he did. I'm not saying throw for more yards. I'm saying go in the end zone more. Maybe take away that interception, you get 4 touchdowns.
I wouldn't say that because we did see him go to the end zone when he would throw that big fade ball to T. Higgins, and I mean, they were
Yeah,
locking
and it
T.
hit him right
Higgins
in the
up.
hand.
Yeah. Well, T. Higgins didn't have a good game. He had 4 targets and like 3
Not
drops.
even notable enough to make the stat sheet.
I
so,
didn't put it. I mean, he
yeah.
had 2 catches, maybe if that. Actually, I think they were all drops.
Yeah.
Higgins didn't have a big game either, which sucks because he needs to solidify his market this offseason, as I think
Oh,
he's
and
leaving Cincy.
you just jogged my memory with the Cowboys block a punt and they
Yeah,
still screw it up.
Yeah, you block a punt and still like Nick, you were talking about this before we started recording.
Yeah.
You block the punt, you have the opportunity to get the ball back, and you can't even do it. So it's like
I've
So, I
never
mean,
seen a more dysfunctional
Yeah.
team as a
it's like
three-phase
their own
unit.
culture. It's become the Cowboys.
Yeah, it's like ingrained into them.
I mean, I learned something new with that play too. I never knew that. I don't even know how to put this. It's like when you touch, if a person on the receiving team touches the ball on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage, it doesn't count as, you know what I mean. Like when the original guy blocked the punt, it hit off the return team's hands.
Yep.
Then it went back onto the opposite side of the line of scrimmage and hit the another Dallas Cowboy on the
Now it's
opposite
a
side
live
of-
ball.
Now it's a live ball.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
I thought
that's-
it was just
That's also why it's like jarring that they couldn't get the ball recovered. Like
I mean, you make arguably the biggest play of the game, and then you just
This is a
screw
turning
it
I
point
mean,
for
if
the
in
game.
high school we practice these situations, I would assume the NFL you're practicing situations. How are
How are you getting
not
paid
prepared?
millions and making that
and not
mistake?
prepared
That's
for
the
these
game
things?
right there.
That's the game, yeah.
Literally the game.
Because
They-
for a 1-possession game, you could at least bring it to overtime.
they would have been set up on the 40-yard line.
More.
Yeah.
They would have had beautiful field position.
I mean, go ahead touchdown. Go ahead touchdown.
it's just it's more Cowboys thing. It's the only team that can do it. If I asked you right now, what's one team that comes to mind when you block a punt, have the opportunity to win the game, and you don't do either? Cowboys. That's what comes to my mind. I mean,
Yeah.
That's exactly a Dallas moment. All right, Dom. You were talking shit earlier. You wanted to be the host, so this is your moment of
I
glory.
want a timeout first. Hold
You
on,
want a
before
timeout?
we start that.
He said timeout.
I want to talk about Micah Parsons just walking
you
off
let me
the
go
field.
a long time before you stopped
Yeah,
me.
why'd you?
Yeah, if you wanted more to say, stop me. Go
God,
for
I
it.
didn't know what he was gonna. I
No,
didn't
go
know what
for it.
you were
Go
gonna
for
say.
it. If you want to keep going, keep going. I love it.
Let's talk about poor sportsmanship, right? You lost the game, yeah, but you're just gonna like walk off the field.
He was
You're
throwing a
not
fit
gonna-
on the sideline.
That I don't even care about. You can throw a fit on the sideline, but you need to go up to the opposing team and you have to like congratulate them on the win.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm listening.
I'm just like over here crying.
He's having like an existential crisis.
Did I upset you?
I might be going blind for a second. My eyes like. Keep going.
so
I think you offended him.
if
No,
you're
I'm good.
if you're Micah Parsons, how are you gonna do that? How, is he
I mean,
like?
you're the most notable, arguably the most notable person.
Is
on
he
the
running to
Cowboys
the
defense.
podcast equipment and start talking? Is he trying to compete with us? Like, what's going on here?
He's got us beat by miles already, unfortunately. But
Well, he also makes millions. We don't make millions.
we'll be
Yeah.
there. We'll get there. We'll
One
get
day,
there.
one day,
One day.
one day.
Hey, if you don't speak it, it won't happen.
He's gonna be a guest on our pod.
Yeah, he's gonna be
Amen.
our guest.
Amen.
What's the name of his podcast?
I don't even know.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
I see it. I don't know it.
Exactly.
Talk with Micah.
Everybody listening to our podcast knows what the name is.
Yeah, because we bet it into their brains. Hey, that's good business.
Exactly.
Hey, catchy. That's what it's.
So is that all you wanted to say? I mean,
I just wanted to point out poor sportsmanship.
No.
You
I
just
didn't-
made it
I didn't-
sound like that was a piece of shit you
Whoa,
just
whoa,
said.
whoa, whoa! Let me backtrack. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
Nick,
for
is
it to
that
come-
all you? Is that all you want?
Is that all you want to say?
No, I didn't mean for it to come out that way. Because I really didn't get to listen to you. I was dying over here on the side. But is that? Did you get out like? What
Yeah,
you
I
were
just wanted to
intended
point
Okay.
out
I didn't mean
awful
for it to sound like
sportsmanship.
that. So we're good.
I'm good.
Okay, so to give
Okay.
Dom the spotlight,
So
I want
now
to give him
moving
a
on.
bomb. I want to give you a bomb introduction.
Okay. Bomb me.
We have the that could be misinterpreted. The man, the myth, the legend, Dom Capuano, the Seahawks legend, fan, Russell Wilson lover, wants a spotlight, and so we give our co-host what they want. I give Dom what he wants. Dom,
Unfortunately.
this is now your segment every week. Give us the rundown of the games we did not mention quickly and in fast, efficient timing.
Okay,
do
baby.
this.
Let's cook.
Run
Let's
it.
cook.
Let's run it.
Okay,
Week
so
14.
Quick mentions for Week 14, baby. The Browns versus the Steelers. So Steelers take this win 27-14. The Browns lead in every statistical category. However, they do not manage to win this game. They allow the Steelers to continue their win streak and Mike Tomlin to continue to show off what a great head coach he's been
was beautiful.
statistically.
Beautiful.
Moving on, Saints versus the Giants. Not a game that any of us really gave a shit about.
Nope.
Fuck both these teams. However, the Saints pull off a whopping win, 14-11, and Derek Carr leaves the field again for the second
Nasty
time
way
this
too.
season.
It did not
Yeah.
look pretty when he fell.
Yeah, not another, but a hand fracture out of everything.
He's had the weirdest injuries this season.
I know,
Oblique
yeah.
and then hand injury.
Yeah, I mean,
What about Drew Lock starting 0 for 8? I know I'm like interrupting the flow here, but that's
We
insane.
did it last week.
Oh.
Oh no! Oh no!
Good thing I
Oh
interrupted.
no! Good thing Nick interrupted.
That would have been in the
Fucking
middle
quick
of
mentions out the water.
Drew Lock. You can't start 0 for 8.
no,
That's
you can't,
that's
you can't.
inexcusable.
Well, now we just know what the Giants need to do in the offseason. Redraft a quarterback. Simple as that.
so second Daniel Jones went. I mean,
We already knew it.
so
but
yeah,
now
someone
it's
had to
effective.
step up. But anyways,
go for it.
back to it. Jets versus Dolphins. I mean, both you guys intervene when you need something important to
Yeah,
say.
go
Please
for
do it. Jets had a huge offensive game. However, they failed
Couldn't
the
get the
Dolphins.
job done.
Yeah, I think we all expected this, though. I mean, all
It's
of
Jets
us.
fashion.
Yeah.
At this point of the season, I'm not even
It
surprised
literally-
anymore. I'm not
literally.
even surprised anymore. You had two of your offensive receivers. Yeah, offensive receivers go for over 100 yards. Didn't do shit.
Yep.
Didn't
And
even contribute to a win.
I think we saw some of the old Tua back in this too. Clean football,
We saw a
300
connection
plus
between
yards.
Tyreek finally.
Exactly, the thing
He's
we've been
been
looking
balling
for,
out.
and Waddle too.
Waddle got involved too.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
Yep. And then next up, we got the Jaguars versus the Titans.
Another shitter.
Jeez, this is worse than the fucking Saints and the Giants.
Will
I
Levis
mean,
did get
fuck-
injured in this game.
This game was 10-6. What a whopping score.
Again, Mac Jones doesn't deserve to ever touch a football.
You know, I
field.
asked Nick. I said, "What do you think of the Jags and Titans game?" He said, don't even cover it," and that's exactly.
I couldn't
where I'm
even
at
tell
with
you
it.
this game
Just
happened
fuck
this
it.
week.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Mac
Yeah,
Jones
don't
shit
waste
the bed.
time on
Yeah,
Fuck
don't
it.
waste it.
Jaguars won. Jaguars won. Next up, we got Raiders versus the Bucks. This was a game that I was kind of looking forward to, even though I did expect the Bucks to win this game, and which they did.
I think they won by like 2 possessions. I think it was like 28 to. Shit, I could be wrong. I believe it was 20 to something. It was a pretty decent possession,
Yep.
but no, it was a scrappy game for sure.
Well, the Bucks crippled offense, and Baker continues to claw their way back into this. I mean,
love it. I love
they're
it.
climbing up the division ranks, going for that Falcons record.
First in division right now.
Yeah. Yep. Surpassed the Falcons.
Yep.
Who now have a losing record.
Yeah,
Crazy.
they do.
Yeah.
Yep, they're 6-7 now, aren't they? Yeah.
Yep. So we saw 2 touchdowns out of Baker, 295 passing yards.
Yep.
Next up, we got the Bears versus the 49ers. Another game that, with how the 49ers been playing, could have went either way. However, we saw the 49ers ball out this week, and
You both picked the Bears last week, and
Yeah.
look at what happened.
Yeah.
The Niners
It was
smoked them.
24-0 at one point.
So now, are you finally done with the Bears this season? Are you done?
I was done with them
Yeah.
before, but I'm
I-
also done with the 49ers. So.
Yeah, but I would always pick the Niners over them. If Kyle Shanahan's still coaching, he's fucking winning this game. I'm sorry.
obviously.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it was not a contest at any point in the game.
Debo continues to just not be in these
Dude,
games.
I'm at a point and I'm not even starting him in fantasy, and now
Yeah.
here we are in the first round of
He
playoffs.
has the most drops of any player in the NFL
so
this year.
bad. Dude, people on Twitter are even calling him out, and he's defending himself.
starting to look like Kadarius
if
Toney
you
out
need
there.
to defend yourself on a Twitter community, maybe it's true.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If more than one people are saying one thing, maybe.
Well, Dom, just like last week, that was beautiful, fantastic. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we are now going to make that a regular thing. I think that no one else should be doing it more than Dom. Dom, you were the quick week recap.
The fast talk.
We should call it that, the quick week recap.
The quick week recap. I
Yeah.
like that. That flows off
The
the
tongue
tongue.
twister, but I like
It's hard
it.
to say, but flows.
You know what? Now that we finished up our week 14, let's move it on to week 15 pick'ems. So, guys, you guys are going to love this beautiful graphic we designed with characters
He's been
and
working
everything.
on it all day.
Yeah, and the AI generated cartoon
It was
characters
dirty.
are crazy, but you know what? We're here for fun. We're here for a good
It
time,
did
not
me
a long
good.
time.
It gave me big muscles.
And yeah, I don't know. It
Did
made me
it?
look like Santa Claus. That was great. But anyways, our week
I have an
15
earring.
picks. We're gonna go. What's wrong with earring? It adds a little bit of flavor. We're going with the first game of the week. We're going Rams Niners. Give it to me.
Okay,
Who are our picks?
so I picked the 49ers for this game. Here's why. I wanted the 49ers to win just for the sake of bumping those Rams lower in my division.
Okay.
They're trying to climb back up towards the Seahawks. I don't want that to happen.
The 49ers are right there, too, though.
So
Yeah.
I have no
The
connection.
whole division is right
I
there.
would say I have no connection to the NFC whatsoever. So your case makes sense.
Yeah.
Mine simply is I just think that they're a better team than the Niners are right now, and I think that because they're getting so close to playoffs now, Sean McVay is going to push that team
Now,
to get this
I do
W.
agree,
I agree.
especially with that win against the Bills.
Yeah.
But we just saw the 49ers almost have a small glimpse of what they used to be, and I
Yep.
wonder if that's going to come back out this week again.
I don't know if it'll happen against the Rams. Maybe they compete and it's a close game.
Yeah,
I guess we'll
agree.
find out and see. Nick, you also went Rams, right?
I did.
Yep, you also Rams. Okay. Now next we got Commanders and Saints. We all
Commanders
went with the
across the
commies.
board.
We all went the commies. I mean, I don't know what else you can say. They don't even have Derek Carr anymore, so I'm
They
going
don't
with
have
Jaden
Taysom
Daniels.
Hill
Yeah.
either.
God, what are you gonna do without Taysom Hill?
I know.
But we're all going Commanders. So I mean, easier said than done, I guess. It's still the NFL. But
Yeah.
I still think the Commanders are gonna mollywop them. So.
Absolutely.
We've got Chiefs versus Browns. Unfortunately, we all went Chiefs
We
across
had
the
to.
board.
We had to.
I was hoping one of us would go Browns.
But oh my God, if Jameis Winston pulls this off,
I will not.
I
even be
will
mad
say,
that
if
I
there's
will be
any
so
team,
happy.
if there's any quarterback that could do it, it'd be Jameis.
I just had to be realistic.
he is
here.
prepared for battle. The horse is ready. He will go into Kansas City.
He's praying for God to deliver him from pick sixes.
Unfortunately, God has not yet delivered him from pick six. But
I'm sure that's first on God's priority list.
but
of
every
all the
day
prayers
is a
he's
new
getting.
day. So who knows what's next for Jameis
Oh
Winston?
my God.
Next game, we got Bengals and Tennessee Titans. Again, Bengals across the board. I guess we're eye to eye on some of these games. I like
I mean,
it.
the
Some
Titans have been
consistency.
so irrelevant.
They're just
this
so
season.
bad. They're so
Yeah.
bad.
I mean,
and I swear to you, if the Bengals do not win this game by 3 possessions or more, I'm going to be
Yeah.
fucking infuriated with the
and
Bengals.
the quarterback Will Levis.
There's an opportunity for Whoa. He said Levis.
Jamar
There's
Levis.
an opportunity for
Whoa.
Jamar Chase to have 400 receiving yards
Yeah.
because this defense is terrible.
Absolutely.
And what were you saying before I mixed up the names? You
The
said Will Levis,
The
yeah.
quarterback Will
Will
Levis,
Levis,
not
not
the tight end. The
Yep.
quarterback Will Levis is awful, and Trey Hendrickson should literally eat him up.
If
this
he
whole
even
night.
plays, he got hurt.
That is, did he? I
Yeah.
didn't hear about that.
I started him on one of my fantasy teams.
Why in the hell would you start him?
Because I have Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, and Lamar who are all on a bye, so I had to go get
Oh,
somebody
shit.
from.
And Will Levis was your pick?
Waivers.
yeah.
He was the best guy on waivers. It was either him or Kirk.
Yeah,
well,
you're
I guess,
right.
yeah.
You got a point there.
Next game, we got Miami Dolphins versus Houston Texans.
Always has to be
I
one.
went with the Texans.
I also picked the Texans for this game.
I hope they can get this done. If they can't, we got some questions.
I went with the Dolphins. Tua is very hot right now.
Especially if we saw his performance out of last week, I can't see that pick working out.
I think-
However,
Again, our Broncos 7th seed. We
Yeah,
we
it's
don't
not
know,
good for us.
We don't know what this hungry Dolphins team could be. So, I mean, you never know. So, Some differentiation. I can't talk. Differentiation.
The next three crack me up.
Next, we have the Baltimore Ravens versus the New York Giants.
This one's going to be a tight game.
This is going to be super tight. I think the Giants are going to compete all the way, and they're going to hit a kick again. I'm kidding.
Drew Lock is
They're not
probably going to
kicking
throw
shit.
8 touchdowns.
I've got the Baltimore Ravens winning this game.
God,
I think Derrick
absolutely.
Henry's going to go for
Absolutely.
a $150. I
Oh,
think
easy.
Lamar Jackson will have 3 touchdowns.
They'll be on the bench by the fourth quarter. Like,
Who's their backup quarterback? Because that's who's going to be in the second half.
I don't even know.
Yeah, whoever the Ravens got behind Lamar is who's going to be in for the second half.
I'm thinking Huntley, but I know he's not
no,
there
he's not
anymore.
anymore.
He's in Pittsburgh, I think.
He might. I don't even know. He was on the Dolphins at the beginning of the season. But we went Baltimore across the board. Next game, we got the New York Jets versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
If you're the Jets and you choke this game, I
was
got
gonna
nothing
say,
left for you.
They should feast off of Mac
Yeah.
Jones with interceptions.
They should.
Exactly.
So for these reasons,
Sauce Gardner should have 3 in just this game.
He's trash.
this is one game where I can comfortably pick Aaron Rodgers over Mac Jones and the Jags.
I also
Yeah.
picked Jets for this game.
Next game, we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the Carolina
What a
Panthers.
shit show.
And we went Carolina across the board on
Absolutely.
this one as well.
Please, Panthers.
Bryce
pull this
Young,
off
I think
for
he's
me.
going to ball
I'm
out.
saying this is
I have
Bryce
faith.
Young's game right here.
I have faith.
We're about to watch Bryce Young throw for 3 touchdowns and I'm going to go 225 passing yards.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I want to
Especially
see
on
Bryce
that Cowboys
succeed
defense.
so bad. Oh yeah. Next, we got the Buccaneers versus the Chargers. Now, I initially had the Chargers, but I realized they're in the AFC West. Why the hell am I picking them? I'm going with Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for this game.
Yes, sir.
And
So
Dom,
you
switched it up.
I picked the Chargers for this one. And
Shocked. I really am because you like Baker, don't you?
I do. I have
Yeah,
no,
you've always
nothing
talked
wrong.
highly of
You
Yeah.
did pick the Chargers as his most surprising team last
You
week.
did. You did.
Yeah,
And people
so-
did not like it. I don't know why, but
Fuck me, I guess.
yeah, the TikTok comments were feeling it, I guess.
But nothing wrong with the Bucks. I
Yeah.
love Baker. I love what he's done.
It's gonna be a
I
good
just
one, I
feel
think,
like very good game is gonna come out of this. I think this can go either way, but I picked the Chargers just because of the performance we've seen out of them.
If Lad's
Without
healthy,
Lad McConkey,
if he's healthy
and,
though,
and
I
Dobbins,
wouldn't be surprised if they win.
yeah,
This could easily go either way.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
I'm just rooting against them simply because
yeah,
they're a division.
I want
team.
them to lose,
yeah,
yeah.
similar to why I
It would
picked
help our
49ers.
seeding
Exactly.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Next, we have the biggest game for the Broncos. We have the Colts versus the Broncos here in Week 15.
The Broncos should take this.
This
game.
is essentially but this
Should.
is a playoff game.
They
for both
need to
teams.
take this game.
We need to take this game.
You
Exactly.
don't have a choice.
We all went Broncos across the board, pretty consistent. Safe to say. Next, we have the Patriots versus the Arizona Cardinals. Dom, I'm surprised. I want you to elaborate. You went with the Patriots.
Okay, I went with the Patriots, and this is why. With you two picking the Cardinals, they just
Is it more than a division? Because I feel like now you really think they suck.
no. This isn't even in the division.
So
I
this is
think they're
because they're
completely out of
terrible now.
contention for
Yeah.
the division. I just don't think they're a good team. I think they've fallen
falling
apart,
apart
and
as the season goes
they're,
on.
they're literally unraveling
Yeah.
at the seams. And I think if the Patriots can pull out a win, I think Drake May can show up in this game and really just give it to the
I think if
Cardinals
they do
defense.
win, it's Drake May.
Exactly.
If they win, Drake May had an insane game.
Yep.
But I'd like to hope that this Cardinals team can pull it together this week and get
They
it
have
much
I mean,
needed.
we did mention earlier Gerard Mayo may be coaching for his job, so maybe he puts a little extra juice in the.
Maybe
yeah.
the team fights for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out and see. Next, we have a potential Super Bowl preview. We have the Buffalo Bills versus
What
the
a
Detroit
game.
Lions.
I said
I
this
went
week was
good one.
stacked.
With the Detroit Lions. Nick.
I went with the Bills.
Now,
MVP
why?
Josh Allen.
You're sticking with your MVP pick.
I
Okay.
think Josh Allen is going to elevate his game to a level he was at.
He doesn't lose
in the
2 weeks
Rams
in a row.
game.
He can't.
Yeah. He's going to come back with
Amari
some heart.
Cooper is going to have a big game.
I won't be sad no matter what the outcome is. I'm just
Exactly.
Going to go with the.
So
I'm
if
going
this
with
could easily
what I
go
think
either
is the
way.
comfortable pick.
If there was an option in this graphic to have I would have put both teams under there. I mean, I love both these teams, and both these teams are fighting with
I think
fire
I'm with
right
you.
now.
I only picked Lions because you have to pick
Yeah.
someone.
Yeah.
I really could see this going either way.
I like
especially with
both
how
teams.
I
ballsy
won't
the
be
Lions
mad.
have been.
Yeah.
We don't know. They could come down to a field goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, next we have the Battle of Pennsylvania with the
Another
Steelers
great game.
versus
guess who
Philly.
Dom picked?
Me and Nick went Philly. Dom,
I picked the Steelers.
you went with the black and yellow.
And this is because of the game we just saw out of the Eagles playing the Panthers of all teams. They didn't show up to play in that game. And if they show
I
up
hate when we say that though. The Panthers have stepped up the last few
No,
weeks.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But either way, they should have won by a bigger margin than they
And I
did.
agree with that completely.
So yeah, I think if they show up like this to playing the Steelers defense, a very notable defense in this league, they're going to get their asses handed to them. They have to come.
If
to
we
play to
see the
this game.
same Eagles, the Steelers will win, but I don't think we will.
Well, next we have Dom's favorite game of the week. A big game,
Yep.
I must say.
Very big.
We
game.
have the Packers versus the Seahawks. Now, it's in Seattle, so I want to keep that in mind. I didn't pick Seattle, unfortunately, but I am keeping in the back of my head the 12s play a huge role when any team comes to Seattle. Like them or not, that's a tough place to play.
You and I
And
saw
this
that
game,
earlier.
Yeah, and this game is huge for both teams Dom, you obviously went with your home team.
Yep, I have to go.
Are
I got
you
to stick to my
confident,
guns.
aside from picking your own team?
So
If they're going to win, how do they need to get it done? That's, I guess, what I'll ask.
they need to play like they played against the Cardinals.
run
They need to
game
come
going.
with some fire. They need Charbonnet in there. They need K9 in there. They need JSN going off, Metcalf, and Tyler Lockett.
That's right
I need
there.
everybody.
JSN needs to continue what he's been doing, but you need to get. I'm not asking for DK the whole game. I'm asking for one game-changing catch and maybe a touchdown from
And
DK.
this is what we have to do. We need to do what the Packers do best. We need to spread the load evenly across the whole team.
Stop it, bro.
Bro, get your head out of the clouds.
I'm sorry, but when you said that, I was just like, what? But
What do you
keep going.
mean,
No,
what?
keep
You
going.
know
Just keep going.
exactly what I
I know.
mean.
Just keep going.
We need to spread the touches. I'm going to stop talking. This is getting worse.
That was fine. I was okay with that. Nick's just laughing. What you meant to say was spread the ball around to everyone on the team. You need to get the ball going in everyone's hands.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So I feel like if the Seahawks can do that, similar to what Green Bay's been
Because
so
it
good
can't
at,
just be DK or Jason.
Exactly.
It needs to be a collective effort.
and it can't just be K9 or Charbonnet.
And what we've
It's
all
gotta be-
noticed all season long, especially when you guys played the Falcons in the middle of the year, when the Seahawks win games and are in control, it's pretty much
Everybody
because everyone
does their
contributed in
part.
some way.
Exactly. And
yes, Lockett didn't contribute this week, but he's been on a quiet, he just hasn't been contributing a lot. But, I mean, I don't know if he's going to be on the team next year.
And the Seahawks defense needs to come to play, and I think the Seahawks defense can capitalize on Jordan Love's mistakes.
They got to
He
hold
does-
Josh Jacobs out of the end zone.
He
though.
does, not even the end. He doesn't rush for a ton of yards, but you're right. When they get in the red zone, you need to figure him out.
Yeah.
And you
He
are
had
right
3
with what you just said.
touchdowns
Jordan Love,
Has
as much
made
as I
key
love him and as
mistakes.
good as he is, he does make stupid ass mistakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
He's almost like Jared Goff when he throws an interception.
But when he's
Yeah.
efficient, he's efficient.
Yeah, exactly.
So me and Nick would both win Packers. You went Seahawks. I'm excited for this game. Honestly,
I think this will be a
I
good
think
game.
in terms of big games this week, that's under the Lions and Bills for me. I don't know why, but I am excited for it. The next game is kind of another shitter. I would hope to God that the Vikings come out on top. We have the Bears versus the Vikings. We all went Vikings across the board.
Yeah.
After the week that Darnold just had, you'd like to think that he'd do the same thing again or
Yeah.
close to it.
Yeah.
Next game and the final game of Week 15 to close it out, we have the Atlanta Falcons versus the Las Vegas
I think
Raiders.
this is a shit show all the way around.
You have Desmond
but-
Ridder at quarterback. Kirk,
Yeah.
you better get this done.
That's his former team.
I need you to get this done. So it is Desmond Ritter's former team, so he might come out strong. But
I hope
he
not.
also plays for the Raiders, so
Yeah.
This is why I picked the Falcons.
yep, we went Falcons across the board. So these are our picks for Week 15. I will be posting the graphic on the socials. We want to see how they compare to your guys' picks. Let us know in the comments. And we're going to keep record, too. So I think what me and Dom were talking about, Nick, you can jump in on this. We're going to hold record of who gets wins and losses in the picks. And we're going to do something for playoffs. Whoever has the best record will win something or will do something. We don't know what it is yet. Maybe the people can let us know what they want to see. But I'm thinking we should do something for who has the
What,
most
like
wins.
pie Gabe in the face?
Dude, anything. I don't know. I mean, we can do a money pool if you want, but I figured we can make it enticing and make the people pick or else come up with something fun, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
All right. And before we close out, I'm wearing it right now on my jacket. Killingly is me and Dom's former high school. We played football for them. They are returning back to the state championship. They will be playing Friday night at UConn's field, the Rent. And simply enough, I just
luck.
want to give them congratulations. You guys made it back. Since me and Dom's class, we won a state title. I'm not wearing my ring. I leave it in display case. But our boys, our former teammates, have made it back to the state title. They are playing Sheehan, and I know the listeners who are not locals, you will not know this, but this is just us giving a congratulations and good
Yeah.
luck. Boys, get the job done. You guys need to bring the ring home to Killing High School.
Exactly. Come on, bring us another one, guys.
Bring us to the promised land, boys. And that is all we have for this week's episode. So I think it was a pretty good one.
Absolutely.
We did our usual. We had a couple moments of arguing with me and Dom. I think it was pretty good.
Okay, you don't gotta float all our own boats now. I say close it out.
I mean, shit, my bad. All right, fuck.
Hey, let
God.
the viewers decide what's good.
All
and
right,
the
all right,
listeners.
all right. That's all we have for this week's episode. We will see you guys on next week's episode, which is episode 10, which is a big achievement in my eyes. 10 episodes. That's a big number right there.
Well, here goes again.
And it's only going to go up from there. So do not miss an upload.
I hope it does. I mean, I don't think our
stay-
episodes are gonna go down.
Why are you like killing the momentum here? You're keeping the boat afloat, bitch. You're the one who wanted to do the outro.
Okay.
We will see you in episode 10 next week. Make sure you follow all socials, as you will never want to miss an upload or any exciting fun content that we work on. And without further ado, we will see you next week. Join the huddle and join the talk with the Turf Talk podcast.